Okay, thought I'd make a kind of a short video, go into a few items. Sorry I haven't been making some videos lately, but I've been kind of tied up. I had to go in for a cataract surgery yesterday, so I'm still recovering from that. So I should be okay in a few days. Put a new lens in there and we're good to go. Okay, it seems like the internet is kind of exploding, especially on the photography side, regarding this Panasonic S9 event and what one of the YouTubers had mentioned, the truth about, what was it, reviews, etc. Well, you know, in my experience, here's how it works. There's no free lunch. Let's be honest here. These major photography companies, they have a budget, and they use that budget to do launches and events around the world, and it's very inexpensive for them to get a few handful of YouTubers from around the world and give them a free fan trip and let them try out the new whiz-bang doohickey device. Okay. Now, in the old days, of course, there was a lot of print ads, front page shot, reviews on popular photography or other photography magazines, and then they'd buy, I don't know, center page, back page, front, back, etc., and those were huge money. So in this day of the internet, and with different apps and YouTube, this is a great way for these manufacturers to get their word across. And of course, they want positive slant on all of their gear. Now, I can make a comment on this because I used to be one of them during the print ad days. I'd be hired by, not hired by a magazine, and then I was a contributor, and these companies would, camera companies would call me up for certain events. So that's how that kind of works. So when I saw this, I was rather intrigued by it, not surprised, but interesting. So if you said some weird word or whatever, and Panasonic or whoever didn't like it, and then you don't get invited to their event in Japan, they don't feel bad, you know. That's how the game works. And if you're trying to make a full-time living out of YouTube from this, it's a dog-eat-dog work. And it's a dog-eat-dog world, too, at that. So, in my experience, and I'm just talking about my experience and my experience only, so whatever these guys do, you know, that's up to the peanut gallery to decide on. But I'm just talking from my experience. I've been in this game for a long time. I did go to a few, and I got blacklisted by Sony event one time because during the event, their camera that they had on loan to use overheated and shut down, and the engineer said this is a normal phenomenon, and all digital cameras do this. And I said, well, I don't think so. My Nikon D4S never overheated. And you wouldn't want the camera to overheat when you're doing a F1 car or a big project or a sports event. So they didn't like that. All right, next is my GFX 100 2 shoot. I was real busy doing that because I work for Fujifilm and Gibson Guitar Company, and I shot it with my GFX 2, and it was, what can I say, absolute sublime. Of course, I used $80,000 worth of gear, camera, lens, ProPhoto, lighting, etc. But there is nothing that can touch 16-bit medium format. I'm sorry, it just can't do it. And this is speaking from a professional commercial photographer. When you shoot products and such as that, 16-bit is the way to go. And that's what's going to differentiate you from everybody else, whether you get the job or not from a client. Gibson loved it. Fuji loved it, of course. This is my camera, by the way. I bought it. It wasn't on loan. Let me tell you that. I own it. In fact, I just ordered the GFX 100S/2 and the 500mm. Can't imagine the 16-bit telephoto images. I mean, that'll be just crazy. So anyway, that worked out real well. Made some pretty good dough out of it. But yeah, this is crazy. So one of the best attributes is Fujifilm has tilt and shift lenses. Now that is important. I also have a Hasselblad X2D. That does not have tilt and shift lens. It's a good camera, but for commercial use, yeah, I'd pass on it. Get this. This is way better. And it's a moneymaker, what can I say? Okay? So that was my work with that. So that took a while. And then, of course, I have to mention the other camera that I do enjoy, and that's my Z9. Now this baby is it reminds me of old days when I had my D4, D4S, D3s. This is what you take to the bank. This is what you take in combat. This is it. I'm telling you, if you miss a shot on this, I'm sorry, you got an issue. But this will work great. Fantastic. So, especially the lenses. My God, the lenses is unbelievable. Now, I just want a disclaimer saying this is my opinion only. I've been doing this a long time, so I choose the weapons that I need to get the job done and make my killer shots. So that's what I use. Now, the other topic I wanted to touch on was a controversy over this Canon R1. Now, I used Canon for many years during the wire days. And I can tell you that camera was designed in collaboration with wire photographers. Wire photographers need a certain camera in which to provide them with absolutely perfect speed and lightning speed to get the pictures to their clients. And they go through remote editors. So like for the upcoming Paris Olympics, the wire guys will be transferring their pictures through to the remote editors, and the remote editors will then send it off to their clients. So having a megapixel that's workable, 24 to 30, is that's the prime. That's what you want, because the quality of the pictures are more than good enough, number one. Number two, it's fast transfer speed, and that's the name of the game. He who has the speed wins in this game. So the remote editor will get thousands of pictures a day, and he needs to pick and choose what he wants and then send them out to his clients as fast as possible, because these days everything's on the web. So people want to see it right now, almost like in real time. So the photogs out there working for the wires are going to need absolute speed. And I think that's where Canon is aiming their R1 to. It's not really meant for the hobbyists and stuff. I mean, I'm not saying you can't, but it's a lot of money, and it's going to be used predominantly for that. And I can tell you, it was designed by professional photographers, freelancers, and wire guys. Got to get that transfer speed. Very, very important. The video part, well, Canon has a whole huge, another line of video cameras, so that'll probably be a different animal in itself. So the three big boys in the upcoming Olympics are probably Canon, Nikon, and Sony. Now, each wire, such as AP, will use probably Sony. Reuters would use Canon, and AFP will use Nikon. That's the way it generally works. And the reason why AP will probably predominantly use Sony is because their broadcasting section of AP uses Sony product, so they probably got a package deal. Reuters traditionally use Canon, and AFP is always traditionally use Nikon. So there you go. So that's kind of my experience with it, and I've had years of experience with this. It's that transfer speed that you want to get out. So so that's my thoughts on that. If there's anything else you guys want, you know, from me or Mr. Wu, I know Mr. Wu has something up his sleeve. He wants me to come by and see him. If you have any questions regarding anything, just pass it this way. Okay, guys? Until the next video, see ya.